Yellowstone fans, buckle up because this just might be the most exciting news you'll hear all week. The stars of 1923 have their eyes set on 1944, and the speculation is building fast. Who's making their way into the next chapter of the Dutton legacy? Could Harrison Ford or Helen Mirren find new ways to surprise us? And how might this epic story tie together the past, present, and future of the Yellowstone universe? Stay right here. We're about to break down the rumors, the possibilities, and why 1944 could change everything. Trust us, you'll want to hear this. Confirmed cast members for 1944. Fans of the Yellowstone universe have been buzzing with excitement as details about 1944, the next chapter in the franchise, begin to emerge. While much of the cast list is still under wraps, early reports have teased the return of some fan-favorite actors, setting the stage for a series that bridges the gaps between generations of Duttons. With the Yellowstone franchise's commitment to seamless continuity and layered storytelling, the confirmed cast lineup for 1944 holds the promise of some epic moments ahead. Who's stepping into this gritty new chapter? That's the burning question on every fan's mind. One name reportedly attached to 1944 is none other than Josh Lucas, who has portrayed a younger version of John Dutton in the flagship series. His involvement could hint at a fascinating connection between 1944 and the core Yellowstone timeline. Fans are already speculating that this period drama might further explore the Duttons' hold on the ranch during a tumultuous time in American history. Seeing Lucas reprising this pivotal role would not only tie the timelines together, but also provide a fresh perspective on the legacy that John Dutton continues to uphold in the modern era. Beyond familiar faces, there's also hope for new talent to make their mark in 1944. With each Yellowstone spin-off, Taylor Sheridan has expertly balanced fan-favorite leads with fresh additions that enrich the storytelling. 1944 is likely to follow suit by introducing compelling new characters who could entangle themselves with the ongoing saga of the Dutton family. With such a rich setting in an era ripe for drama, viewers can expect stories that blend historical struggles with the personal stakes that drive this iconic family. What's most intriguing about the confirmed cast is the potential for growth and change within the Dutton family itself. Will we see younger versions of characters we already know, or entirely new branches of the family tree emerge? And how will their journeys tie into those of the actors we've come to love? If 1944 stays true to the formula that has made Yellowstone and its spin-offs hits, the cast will be packed with raw talent, gripping chemistry, and unforgettable performances that leave fans clamoring for more. Which 1923 characters could realistically appear in 1944? The big question on every Yellowstone fan's mind is which 1923 characters could realistically make the leap to 1944. While nearly 2 decades separate the events of the two series, the Dutton family's legacy is bound to echo through the generations. One of the most compelling candidates is Emma Dutton, played by Marley Shelton. With the tragic losses and struggles she faced in 1923, Emma has proven to be a matriarchal figure who could still influence the future of the family in 1944. Her resilience and sharp instincts suggest she would be instrumental in navigating the Dutton Ranch through a brand new era. Another character who could make a return is Tiana Rainwater. Her harrowing storyline in 1923 sets the stage for her lineage to play a role in the Yellowstone universe into modern times, potentially bridging the gap between her courageous fight for survival and her connection to the land. Though 1944 would introduce her as an elder reflecting on her life's challenges, it's a powerful way to integrate a character whose story resonates with the overarching themes of heritage and survival that define the Yellowstone franchise. Then there's the tantalizing possibility of Spencer Dutton re-entering the narrative. Played by Brandon Sklenar, Spencer's adventurous, globe-trotting life in 1923 left fans wondering whether his actions would leave a lasting mark on the family's future. If the years between 1923 and 1944 involve him returning to the ranch or even leaving behind a new generation of Duttons, The possibilities are endless. Whether it's a flashback, a direct role, or even ties through his descendants, Spencer's influence is hard to ignore when it comes to shaping what comes next. Finally, we can't forget about Jacob and Kara Dutton. Although a significant time leap separates 1923 from 1944, there's room to reintroduce Harrison Ford and Helen Mirren in imaginative ways. Perhaps they could appear in flashbacks or as pivotal figures in the memories of younger Duttons, effectively tying their foundational efforts in 1923 to the decisions and conflicts of 1944. These two characters have anchored 1923 with their grit and depth, and their presence, even indirectly in 1944, would help maintain the emotional thread that connects this family saga across decades. Harrison Ford in 1944, Harrison Ford returning as Jacob Dutton in 1944. It might seem like a stretch, but in the world of Taylor Sheridan's Yellowstone universe, anything is possible. Although Jacob's story in 1923 unfolds decades before the events of 1944, there are creative ways his character could still make an appearance. Flashbacks are one likely option, especially considering how critical Jacob is to the foundation of the Dutton family legacy. His decisions and sacrifices in 1923 have undoubtedly shaped the family's future, and revisiting his presence in 1944 could serve to reinforce the weight of those choices. Another intriguing way Harrison Ford could return would be through legacy moments. Imagine 1,944 characters discovering a journal, letters, or even verbal accounts passed down through generations that pay homage to Jacob's life and wisdom. These narrative choices would allow Ford's commanding presence to echo through the storyline, reminding viewers of the deep roots that hold the Yellowstone Ranch together. A flashback of Jacob offering advice or facing an early struggle that parallels the challenges of the new era could pack an emotional punch, seamlessly weaving the past into the present. Of course, whether Ford would return to the role depends on more than the storytelling potential. Harrison Ford has expressed a passion for playing Jacob Dutton, reveling in the grit, complexity, and emotional depth the character offers. If he's as invested in Jacob's story as fans are, who's to say he wouldn't be open to reprising the role in a cleverly crafted appearance? Even brief moments of Jacob in 1944 could elevate the emotional stakes, drawing a direct line between the struggles of the past and their impact on the present. Having Ford in 1944 wouldn't just be a boon for fans of his portrayal, it would also add an incredible layer of narrative continuity to the Yellowstone universe. His return would reaffirm the unyielding spirit of the Dutton family while providing a profound connection between the trials faced in different generations. Whether through a poignant flashback or an inspired nod to his character's legacy, having Jacob Dutton present in 1944 would solidify his importance as the enduring backbone of the family's story. Fans would undoubtedly welcome Harrison Ford back with open arms, eager to see how his legend continues to shape the Yellowstone saga. Helen Mirren's future in the Yellowstone universe. Helen Mirren's Kara Dutton has been one of the emotional anchors of 1923, capturing the hearts of Yellowstone fans with her powerful presence and boundless resilience. But could we see her return in 1944? It's certainly an intriguing idea. Much like Harrison Ford's Jacob Dutton, Kara's influence on the family's legacy is undeniable. Her cunning tact as a matriarch and the unwavering strength she demonstrated in 1923 have undoubtedly shaped the Dutton family we know today. Flashbacks would be one of the most logical ways for Helen Mirren to step back into the Yellowstone universe, reminding viewers of the grit and sacrifice that built the family's foundation. Kara's presence in 1944 could add emotional depth and a sense of continuity to the series. Imagine the younger generation of Duttons drawing on her letters, guidance, or even memories shared by surviving family members. The idea of Kara's wisdom continuing to echo decades later fits perfectly with how Yellowstone ties its characters' emotions to the generational arc of the saga. It would be poetic to see how something as simple as a piece of her written advice could guide the family through yet another tumultuous era. What makes Helen Mirren's possible return truly exciting is how she could re-enter the story in ways that surprise us. Taylor Sheridan is no stranger to throwing narrative curveballs, so who's to say Kara couldn't appear in recurring flashbacks that align with current struggles in 1944? These moments could serve as haunting reflections on the choices and sacrifices made in 1923, while simultaneously offering new layers to her character. Expect heart-wrenching moments that not only revisit her past, but also deepen the connection viewers feel toward the Duttons' ongoing plight. Helen Mirren's presence in 1944, even for a limited time, would be a gift to Yellowstone fans. Kara is an integral part of what makes the Dutton family so compelling. Her return could connect the struggles of the past with the challenges of a new generation, breathing life into the series in a way only Mirren's unmatched talent can. Whether it's through powerful flashbacks, a homage that honors her legacy, or unexpected storytelling twists, Kara Dutton's story has plenty of room to stay alive in the Yellowstone universe. Fans would no doubt be thrilled to witness her character leave yet another indelible mark on this epic saga, how 1944 connects to the main Yellowstone timeline. One of the most exciting aspects of 1944 is how it could act as the missing puzzle piece, connecting the events of 1923 to the modern-day Yellowstone series led by Kevin Costner's John Dutton. With 2 decades separating 1923 from 1944, there's plenty of room for Taylor Sheridan to explore how the Dutton family evolved during this crucial period. Did the Duttons solidify their hold on the ranch, or did they face new threats that reshaped the family's priorities? These questions create immense narrative potential, allowing 1944 to bridge the generational gap while keeping fans hooked on the Dutton story. One way 1944 could connect to the main Yellowstone timeline is by exploring the growth of the Dutton family tree. Characters like Spencer, Alexandra, and others from 1923 could very well have offspring who step into prominent roles in 1944. These descendants might start to reveal personality traits, values, or burdens that align with the conflicts we see play out in contemporary Yellowstone. Fans could also finally see how the notorious Dutton knack for resilience is passed down, and whether figures in 1944 will serve as direct inspirations for the likes of John Dutton or his children. The historical setting of the 1940s offers fascinating context that can tie into the Yellowstone narrative as well. Stories of war, economic shifts, and changing societal norms could ripple through the Yellowstone Ranch, presenting a fraught landscape where the Dutton family must continue to fight tooth and nail for their survival. Taylor Sheridan has always excelled at blending drama with social commentary, so 1944 has the chance to examine how these larger historical forces impact individual choices and the family's efforts to preserve their land. It's thrilling to imagine how this tension could set the stage for the battles and grudges we see unfold generations later. At its core, 1944 has the opportunity to serve as the ultimate connective tissue for the Yellowstone universe. It's a chance to bring depth to the Dutton legacy, reveal the origins of key family dynamics, and answer burning questions about how this family's fight for survival has persisted across centuries. From subtle callbacks to direct links with 1923 and even the modern series, 1944 promises to enrich the Yellowstone story in ways that make every chapter even more compelling. Fans are eagerly waiting to see how this new entry will tie together past, present, and future in Taylor Sheridan's sprawling saga. And there you have it, everything we know so far about the stars who might join 1944. But now it's your turn. Which 1923 characters do you hope to see make the leap into the next chapter? Got any wild theories or dreamcasting ideas? Drop them in the comments below. We're dying to hear your thoughts. Be sure to smash that like button, hit the subscribe to join our growing community, and ring the notification bell so you don't miss our next deep dives into the Yellowstone saga. The Dutton drama isn't slowing down, and neither are we. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next one.